My mom confessed a secret at dinner that made my dad walk out mid-bite. We were celebrating my graduation. Mom made a pot roast. Dad opened the wine. Everything seemed normal until dessert. Mom said, "There's something I need to tell you both." My dad smiled. "What's that?" She took a deep breath. "I've been lying for 23 years. My dad's fork stopped halfway to his mouth. "What?" Mom's hands were shaking. "About Jake. About where he really came from. I'm Jake." I sat there confused. "Mom, you were there." She started crying. "No, I mean, who your father really is." The room went silent. My dad slowly put his fork down. "What did you just say?" Mom looked at him. "I'm sorry. Jake isn't yours." My dad stood up so fast his chair fell backward. He stared at her, then at me. Then I walked out, left his plate and drove away. Mom tried to explain. Said she'd had an affair with her boss 24 years ago. Got pregnant. Told my dad it was his. Married him knowing the truth. She said I couldn't tell you. It would have ruined everything. I asked who my real father was. She said Richard. He died 5 years ago. Heart attack. Never knew about me. I left that night. Went to my uncle's house. 3 days later, Dad finally called. He said, "I need time. I love you, but I can't look at you without seeing her lie." That broke me. I'd lost my dad because of her. I found Richard's obituary. He'd been married. I had 2 kids. I tracked down his widow on Facebook. She called me immediately. I explained everything. She went quiet. "Then Richard mentioned your mother once, but he never knew about you. If he had, he would have been in your life." She invited me to meet Richard's kids, my half-siblings. We met at a coffee shop. They were shocked, but welcomed me. Said Richard would have wanted them to. My parents' marriage imploded. Dad filed for divorce. Mom begged him. He said, "You let me raise another man's child for 23 years. There's no coming back from that." She tried to get alimony. Dad's lawyer brought up paternity fraud. The judge said she'd committed fraud for 2 decades. No alimony. She'd support herself. Mom called crying. "Your father's being cruel." I said, "No, you were cruel. You lied for 23 years and only told the truth because guilt got too heavy." She said, "I did it for you, so you could have a stable family." I said, "You did it for yourself, so you wouldn't face consequences." Last month, Dad reached out, said he'd been in therapy. I wanted to try having a relationship, not as my father, but as the man who raised me. He said, "I spent 23 years loving you. That doesn't disappear because your DNA is different. You didn't lie. She did. We meet for lunch once a week. It's awkward. He still flinches when he looks at me, but he's trying." He said, "You're not my blood, but you're still my son in every way that matters." Mom sent a 5-page letter about how sorry she was. I didn't respond. Richard's kids invited me to Thanksgiving. Said I was part of their family. Their mom hugged me and said, "Richard missed knowing you, but we won't." I went. I met cousins and aunts who all looked like me. For the first time, I understood where my features came from. Mom texted asking where I was. I sent her a photo with Richard's family. Caption said, "Finally meeting the family you kept from me for 23 years. She called sobbing, "You're replacing me." I said, "No, I'm finding the people you hid. There's a difference." She said, "This is punishment." I said, "This is the consequence." Dad's been dating someone new. She knows everything. Asked to meet me. I said, "Sure." She seems nice. Treats Dad well. Don't lie. Mom's alone now. Lost her husband. Lost her son's respect. Lost the life she built on lies. She keeps saying it was one mistake. I keep saying it was 395 days of lying. Every day for 23 years was a choice. Sometimes people ask if I'll forgive her. I say maybe. When she understands the problem wasn't the affair. It was the 23 years of deception that followed.